Hi everyone and welcome back. So in today's episode, I'm going to share another recipe with you that I like. So today I'm going to show you how to make, we're going to call it eggplant vegetable salad, Korean style. So the first ingredients that you're going to need are all these vegetables. So we're going to use about 3 eggplants, and these are baby eggplants. You can use the large eggplants. I just find that these taste better because they're not as bitter. So I prefer baby eggplants. 1 hot pepper, because as you know, Koreans like spicy dishes. You're gonna use about 4 or 5 huge cloves of garlic for this recipe. So these are just peeled garlic. Also a whole bunch of dill, as well as peeled carrots. I'm using 2 smaller size to medium sized carrots. Also about 3 of these smaller cucumbers. Again, you can use an English cucumber, but I do like these cucumbers better. As well as a bell pepper. We're going to use the whole thing or maybe a little bit less. So that's all the vegetables you need. Now, this salad needs a dressing, sort of like a marinade. So for that, you're going to need some rice vinegar. Also some soy sauce. I'm just using Kikkoman regular soy sauce. You are also going to need some salt, as well as some sugar, and just some kosher coarse salt. Now to get started, you want to bring a pot of boiling water with a steaming basket. So we're going to be steaming the eggplants, or you can use any kind of other device that you have to steam the eggplants. So of course, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to just cut the ends of the eggplant. You're going to cut it into about 3 pieces like this, and cut off the other end as well. And then you just want to cut it sort of into pieces like this. Just like this. And place it into a strainer over some kind of a bowl. Okay, so just cut all your eggplants like this. Okay, so once you cut them up, take your kosher salt and you're just going to salt them pretty generously like this. Just make sure the salt covers them all, just like that. So at this point, leave this for about 30 minutes or so, and you'll see some of the juices will drain here in about 30 minutes to an hour. Pour those out. Okay everyone, so now when your eggplant is ready, you just take it to your sink, just run it under cold water just to remove the excess salt, and then you're going to put it into your steaming basket, and you're going to steam it for about 7 minutes or so, and it will be ready. When you're steaming, don't forget to reduce the heat to at least a medium heat so your water doesn't run out before your eggplant is ready. So I'll put this into my steaming basket, and then I'll come back and show you what to do with the rest of the vegetables. So let's just take the dill and just cut up your dill. Just finely chop it. Okay, so I'm using a pretty large, just glass bowl here today. So the next thing you want to do is shred your carrot. So we're just going to place the carrots in here. Next thing you want to do, take a garlic press. And we're going to put all this garlic through a garlic press. And while your eggplant is steaming, sometimes it's a good idea to just go and mix it around just so it cooks more evenly. But depends on your steaming device. In a steaming basket, I like to mix it. Okay, now let's cut our cucumbers. And just remove the ends. And then I just cut sort of diagonally like this. A little bit thicker than usual. Because what I want to do is cut pieces like this. And if you find them too long, cut in half like this. Okay, now your bell pepper as well. I'm going to use maybe a little bit more than half of this bell pepper. I'm going to cut just thin strips like this, as thin as you can. And I'm just gonna shorten them down a little bit. So we're gonna cut them in half or so, or maybe even in thirds, and just narrow them down a little bit. And the last thing you want to do is just cut your hot chili pepper. And now this depends on your preference. If you like it really spicy, you can cut up the whole thing. It also depends how spicy your pepper is. Usually I start with about a half. So this, you just cut little rounds just like that. Okay, so I just cut it down a little bit smaller than the rounds. And we're just placing it into the bowl. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to make a dressing. Okay everyone, so I put the hot red chili pepper in here. And the eggplant, I just pulled it out of my steaming basket. So it took about 7 to 8 minutes and they're completely ready. You can do a little bit less too, it's fine. So leave them in a bowl for a little while. You don't have to cool them down completely. They can go in here still at a warm temperature, it's fine. So I'm gonna let them cool down just a little bit while we work on the sort of the marinade for this salad. So the first thing I'm gonna need is soy sauce, like I said, and we're gonna use 4 tablespoons of soy sauce for this. You're also gonna need 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. As well as, I put some extra salt on the salad. And I should mention that you can always adjust this dressing to your liking. So sometimes you wanna add some extra salt. Some people find soy sauce is salty enough. But I do find that while the salad marinates, it actually requires quite a lot of salt because all these vegetables take in the salt. So you can also add more or less vinegar depending on your taste. So add a teaspoon of sugar to this dressing as well. Just mix this marinade and you're gonna pour it over your salad and add the eggplant as well. Okay everyone, so depending on the size, the batch of your salad, sometimes you wanna make double of this dressing if you want it. Some people like more dressing, some people like less dressing. And like I said, after we combine all this together, the best thing to do is let it marinate at least 2 hours, but better off, leave it in the fridge for the whole overnight. It needs time to marinate. Then the best thing to do is taste it in the morning. And if you find that you want some more salt or some more vinegar, just go ahead and add like a teaspoon of each. And you always adjust it to your own taste. So now we can add the eggplant. Go ahead, add your dressing and mix the salad really well. Okay everyone, so here is the final product. So this is a vegetable eggplant salad, Korean style. So it has a bunch of different vegetables and a dressing made a Korean way. So I hope you give this salad a go and I hope you enjoy it. It goes really well with the barbecue dishes, or as well as in another recipe, you're gonna see how I made baked turkey drumsticks, and it goes really well as the side for that meat. So I hope you try and make this, and thank you so much for watching like always, and I'll see you next time. Bye!